Okay, in this recording we're going to add a single photo and a bit of text into the school blog. So if I scroll down the page, as you can see, we have our banner, we have our menus, we have our welcome messages, we have our projects, and here again we have the School Life blog feed. Again, you will have one of these in your website. Might not be in the middle, might be on the left or the right, or a slightly different shape, but you will have a School Life blog feed. And this shows the flow of information that goes through the website. Whatever's posted into the blog feed here will get pushed also into your Twitter feed or your Google Plus page or your Facebook page or your Pinterest or LinkedIn, whichever Web 2 technologies you've asked for me to link your website to. Whatever gets a single post in here will get posted out into those other areas as well. So we're going to add here a very short bit of text about playtime and then one single image as well. Now I've already scrolled down and I've already clicked the login, so I'm already logged into this website, and because of that there is the plus symbol and the word post. I can click from there. So once I've clicked on there, I have add new post, and I can put into here the title, the text, I can put in the category and then click publish. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 things that I do with a post. Before I do that, however, I have to resize the photograph. Very often the average digital camera or the average phone will make a single image of between 2 to 3 megabytes in size, and that is far too large for the internet. You want your images to look clear, to look clean, but to load very quickly. So the best software that I've come across is some software called Photosizer. It's spelled F-O-T-O Sizer, and here it is, Photosizer, and you can see it at www.photosizer.com, and I'm at the download page. And on the download page you can see down here there is a green download for the free version, and you can click that, download the installer, run the installer, and once you've run the installer itself, if I just minimize this, it will put a shortcut image on your desktop called Photosizer. Now I have 3 folders here, one called Photos In, one called Photos Out, and one called Camera. So we're going to just pretend that this folder called Camera is my actual camera itself. Let's just pretend I've plugged my camera on my phone into the computer, and as I double click on that, I can see some of the images that I have taken. So here you can see some pictures of the playtime, and just to help you, I often encourage people to copy from their camera into a folder called Photos In. This is empty. You've got to make sure it is empty as you start. I'm going to choose, I think I will choose this image here. So if I click on it once, do a right mouse click, and then if I choose the copy command, and then if I do a right mouse click and choose the paste command, there it is. If I just want to view that as a large icon or as an extra large, I can see that I've got the image in there nicely. You can see it's 338 kilobytes in size, which is okay, but we want it actually to be probably about a third of that size to load quickly, if not even smaller. So I'm going to close that one down, move this just to this one side, and we want to get this resized to put into the Photos Out folder again. Just open that up to make sure it's empty. It is, so I'm going to close it down again. Right, I'm going to quickly load Photosizer, and here it is. When you first install Photosizer, the custom size or the percentage of original will be set at the % sign, and you would normally enter it to like 50% or 20%, but I actually like to work on the pixels, the PX, because it helps you to be much more accurate. And when you first set up the PX, this will be at something like 1200 or so, but you will only need around 600 pixels in size. Again, I make sure that the top 3 are all clicked: reverse width and height by orientation, do not enlarge if smaller, and maintain aspect ratio. These bottom 2 are very important, so try and always have these 2 clicked. Down towards the very bottom, let me just pull that up a little bit. Down towards the very bottom is the destination settings, and we have the folder that the Photosizer will be outputting to, where it will say, once I've got the image and I've resized it, where shall I put it? Well, this is the output folder. So if I click on here and then I click on desktop, and then I'm going to click on Photos Out, double click there, and we're in the Photos Out folder, and we're going to click Select Folder, and now you can see that it's saying Photos Out. If you also look down at the very bottom, we've got the actual output is file name custom. When you first get Photosizer, it will be same as original, but I choose custom, and you'll find down here will be %F, and that means basically the same as the original file name. If I just place my mouse here and you look at this little pop-up available file mask patterns, look at the very top one, and it says %F original file name without the file extension. So I change that, and I often have %NNN, and what NNN does is it puts 001, 002, 003, etc. on the end of multiple files. So if I've got 30 files, they'll end up with being from 001 to 030. And it just helps me just pull my files together with some identity, because if you put the actual year that you're working in and then put the name, so I'm going to call this playtime. In fact, I'm going to call this playtime tire, because the children are playing on a tire, and this will help me find and locate the file or files again inside my website if ever I need to do a search to find them. Right, so I've got the output correct. I've got the size at 600 for the width. The height will turn to 450. So here we go. I'm going to click on my photos in folder, and the photo one I'm going to drag and drop it. And as you can see, I've dropped it into this area, and it is now looking straight at this file, and it's going to resize it and put it in the Photos Out folder. So to do that, I simply click on the start, and it will rename it Playtime Tire 2015-001. So I click go, and there it goes. So I can click close. I can empty this area by doing remove all, and in fact I can actually close Photosizer down, close down my photos in, and open up my Photos Out. And as you can see, if I click on here, it's now down to just 63.5 kilobytes, which actually, if I open up the original one again, click on it, from 338, that's a much smaller file, and it will load very quickly. Again, if I double click to open it, the actual quality is still fine. So now I want to go and get this photograph into the website. So now that it's been resized, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my add new post. If you remember, I went to the actual plus sign and I clicked on post, and I'm now here. So I'm going to enter my title, fun at playtime, and I'm going to put our children had great fun with a new tire. There are lots of things you can do together. It's great to play. Obviously no great wording there, but I'm just making that up off the top of my head. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to now that I've made sure that my flashing cursor is on the next line down, I've just simply hit return. I'm going to click add media, and whatever media I add in will appear wherever the flashing cursor is. So we're going to click add media, and here are all the old pictures that I've already had in, and I'm going to click upload files, and I'm going to click select files, and it's looking at the Photos Out folder for me. That's because the last time I did an upload, I was looking at the Photos Out folder. If, for example, I was uploading a PDF file from somewhere else on my computer, perhaps a newsletters folder or whatever it would be, then this file upload window would naturally be looking at my newsletters, and I'd have to click on the desktop again, and I'd have to then find the Photos Out folder, and then I've got my actual Playtime Tire 2015-001 image that I want to upload onto my website. So I can either double click or I can click open, and in it comes. So there it is, and all I have to do now is click this insert into post button. I hope you can see that. If I know the actual recording screen is quite low to there, so it might be cutting off half of this button, but it's an insert into post. So once I click that, there it is, and it comes straight in nicely. Now I've only got a couple more things to do. If I click on this image, you can see that it's got a link. If I click on the link and just scroll, you can see it links to itself. That means that currently, if someone was to view this new post and was to click on this image, it would remove the whole of the web page and just show this image, which is not what we want to do. We want to make this image unclickable and static. So once I've clicked on it, there is a remove link button just here. So if I click remove link, that means that the image will not be clickable and will just be showing on the web blog. Now if I scroll down a little bit onto the categories, I can choose general blog. Now let's say, for example, that I was wanting this to appear in another page somewhere. I don't know, let's have a little think. Perhaps it was the PTA who actually gave us the funding to buy a few tyres. So perhaps I want to click onto PTA as well, and I could put into here thanks to the PTA for getting us the funding. Alright, so this is now going to appear on in the general blog on the front page, in the blog page itself and the PTA, all with one post. So if I click publish now, and now that has been posted. So all I have to do is go to primary school and visit site, and as I scroll down the page, there it is, and you can see it's naturally resized the image so that it will fit nicely inside the blog as well. Here's the text, and it fits well into the blog. If this Twitter feed was linked to this blog, you would see a posting in here with a link in it that will take you to the page that actually hosts this image and this text. Let's scroll back up the page a little bit, and let's go to the news, and let's go to the blog page, and there you can see it's a much larger size on the blog page with the text in place. Let's also go to the About Us and PTA page, and you can see again it's also in that page as well. Now if I want to go back to the page to edit it at all, I can go to the primary school dashboard here, and then I can go to the posts and all posts, and here is the fun at playtime, and I can then click on here and I can re-edit my image. Perhaps I wanted the image to be a little bit smaller, and if I wanted that image to actually change, I could go to the edit button here, and I could make the image a medium size, and then click update, and then update again, and now you can see the image is displaying a little bit smaller. So if I went back to the website again and I went onto the blog again, you can see it now displays as a smaller image. Again, it will be displaying as the same sized image on the PTA page. Back at the front page, you can see that it is still the same size because it had already shrunk it to around that size to fit in the actual School Life blog feed. So our image loads quickly because we've changed it in Photosizer. It is correctly named. So if I, for example, want to go to the dashboard and then to the media library, and I wanted to find this image again, this image just here. Now let's imagine that I've done lots of other uploading and this image is now much further down the page. I can go to the search area and I can just simply, if I just put in the word tire, and there it is, and I've been able to find that image again because that image was labeled Playtime Tire 2015-001. So coming back to my website, there we are, and that's how to set an image into your website.